Yeah. Affordability is a hoax, but also the problem of the Democrats. Democrats both lie and say things aren't affordable, but also they made things unaffordable. It's real when the Democrats caused it. It's fake news when you say, I'm responsible for the current situation. And also, the current situation is not bad, except for when it is bad, because I need to blame the Democrats.
And they also sent drugs. Yeah.
On to malls, Mr. President.
President Trump holds a cabinet meeting at the White House, takes questions from reporters. Let's take a look.
Do you think he should resign over the fraud scandal in his state?
And who should?
Tim Walz, over the fraud scandal in his state.
Look, I think the man's a grossly incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched J.D. destroy him, and I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. They were both incompetent, and I had a man and a woman. I thought she was very incompetent too, but now she's leading the field, and I think she's leading the field in this for the nomination. Anyway, look, that's up to them. That's up to the Democrats. You know, the problem with them is they have really bad policy. And I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want them to change it necessarily. Because I want to run against it, whether it's not going to be me, it's going to be somebody that's going to probably sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people sitting at this table. Could be a couple of people running together sitting at this table, you know. But I want them to win because we've done a great job for this country, and I want that to be carried forward. And you know, I think we have a tremendous bench, really a tremendous bench. But no, I think that Walz is a grossly incompetent man. There's something wrong with him, okay? There's something wrong with him. And when you look at what he's done with Somalia, which is barely a country, you know, they have no...
Logs, very important. Let me guess. You're going to tell me where to get a spice bag, okay? Let's see. Hey, man, have you... Oh, never mind. Hey, man, have you already ran into the issue of not understanding what any of the Irish people say? No, I haven't. And it turns out logs, not important. Anyone that comes in hot with logs, you have to check my logs, always has the dumbest question of all time.
Yes, Wade.
Oh, I forgot. There's also this from the new totally independent Pentagon press corps asking if the White House is going to sue the Washington Post for defaming Pete Hegseth.
You were speaking earlier about the Washington Post report concerning the Secretary of War and Admiral Bradley. And my question is, does the Department of War plan on pursuing any sort of legal action against the Washington Post? And what consequences will there be for lying to the American people? Because, of course, the implication there was that Pete Hegseth and Admiral Bradley are, and that was the implication, and that's what a lot of people on social media were saying after the fact. So could you speak to that?
Yeah, it is frankly disgusting that the Washington Post would publish something that is so insanely false. And we've seen this from the mainstream media before, right? Anonymous sources that are being quoted that probably have no idea what's going on. And the Washington Post actually went so far as to falsely attribute a quote to the Secretary of War, that he never said. That is preposterous that they would write that and pass that off as true journalism. Thankfully, the New York Times stepped in and corrected the record and let the American people know that what they were publishing was absolutely fake news. So the Washington Post, I think readership should think twice before reading that outlet again. It is disgraceful that they call themselves journalists, and we told them as such, right? We get press queries like we do from all of you. We told them this story was completely fake news on Thanksgiving evening with a 3-hour deadline, and they still published it anyway. It's disgraceful, but thankfully the American people see through it.
Fake news. Your outfit looks so good. Thank you. You missed Matt Gaetz in the press pool? No, I didn't. I saw it.
Have no anything.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz is... Why is Matt Gaetz there? Is he dating this baby? No. She's too old for Matt. Come on now. If she was doing Goo Goo Gaga up there, maybe that would be age appropriate for Matty boy. Yo, you check more logs than a proctologist? I don't know what that means.
Just run around each other. There's no structure. And when I see somebody like Ilhan Omar, who I don't know at all, but I always watch her for years. I've watched her complain about our Constitution, how she's being treated badly. Our Constitution, the United States of America, is a bad place. Hates everybody, hates Jewish people, hates everybody.
Poop logs?
And I think she's an incompetent person. She's a real terrible person. But when I watch what is happening in Minnesota, the land of 1,000 lakes, or however many lakes they have, they got a lot of lakes, but this beautiful place, and I see these people ripping it off, and now I'm understanding, and you're going to look into that, I hear they ripped off Somalians, ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other.
It's not, brother, that's not just like politically incorrect. You're just straightforwardly a racist man, an incredibly racist man. And when you're the president of those people too. I don't know, like this is far beyond like, oh, I don't want to be politically incorrect. It's wild that we're bringing back like segregationist ass takes. Somali people are doubly cooked because they happen to be both black and Muslim. That's why he's going after him so aggressively. If you're wondering why, racism light wasn't hitting. Yeah, it's the double whammy, dude. That's what it is.
And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Yeah, I remember in the first Trump tenure when they had to do cleanup for a closed door meeting that Trump had where he was like, I don't want people coming in from shithole countries. And every Republican was like, oh, he doesn't mean that. You got to really stop listening to what Trump is saying. Please stop listening to what Trump is saying. Don't put a lot of emphasis onto what Trump is saying. Look at what he's doing. Well, what he was doing was also racist. But like, he straight up, like they felt the need at the time to course correct. It's so crazy how far we've come from then, where he just says people are garbage people. Like he just straight up saying people coming from Somalia are garbage people.
Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Okay. Thank you very much.
They're clapping because he said they do nothing but bitch and complain, and they come from shithole countries. I mean, what do you say to this, man? For the record, mistake, like America is built around people coming from less fortunate backgrounds. You know what I mean? That's like the whole point. Yes, I'm coming up to Belfast. Oh my God, I feel like I'm just going to keep repeating the same questions over and over again. Yes, I'm coming up to Belfast. And yes, I will have a spice bag. And yes, I will, depending on who's asking, I will either go to Temple Street or I won't go, okay? I probably won't, but there's like 8 different things that are circulating in the chat from the Irish chatters who just don't answer it then. No, I want to inform the people as well. Jared Polish just called Trump a socialist 4 hours ago. Oh my Lord. No, I will not be playing Dispatch today, I don't think, okay? You need to calm down about that. What? Did you take part in Thanksgiving festivities, or do you think it's immoral because of all the Native American stuff, or both? What? Yes, I had a Thanksgiving dinner with my family. What? I'm nowhere near that woke, chatter. Who's on that trip with you? It's just me and March.
We're going to start that very soon, too.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
And you know what? When we start that, we're going to drive those numbers down so low. And then you're going to have families.
Don't kiss the Blarney Stone. Drunk teenagers go up there at night and piss on it. I wasn't planning on it. I don't know what the Blarney Stone is.
Be able to live without the fear of their son or daughter just having a pill to have a little fun and ending up dying within a period of 60 seconds, right? No, we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let it continue to happen. What Biden did to this country by allowing all these people, and I call them animals in many cases. I think they're animals.
I mean, what do you think where do you think this goes? He's just straight up saying like immigrants coming from shithole countries are garbage people who are all animals, and we're gonna get them the hell out of here. This is just like I don't think at the time Adolf Hitler or Mussolini were as crass, but it's basically the same shit. It's just like somehow, by Hitler, exactly. It's bisexual Adolf Hitler, which is extra crazy because then they get mad when you say this is just Adolf Hitler. You're doing straight Hitlerian politics. So they're like, how dare you say that? You want us dead. It's like, no, I think you want to kill people, and you are people, and you just want to kill more of the people that you're. But this kind of dehumanizing language about entire swaths of the American public that just happen to be non-white, okay? Just happen to be non-white for some reason. So you think half of America is pro-Hitler is the follow-up question here. And my answer is, if they're pro-Trump and this kind of rhetoric, then yeah, they are. The fuck are we talking about?
To come into our country and destroy our country and let all those drugs pour in. Let people just walk across the border like it was nothing. You look at them, a lot of them, you say, oh, let's not discriminate. I'm not talking about color. I'm just talking about, you look into the eyes of some of these people. We're smart. And you see a killer. Come on in. Just come on in. 11,888 murderers. Many of them committed more than one murder. He allowed them into our country, totally unvetted, totally unchecked. But he also allowed drugs to come in at record numbers. And hundreds of thousands of people a year died. And we're taking those son of a bitches out, yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Mr. President,
You finish up.
one more, when you talk about affordability, is going forward, are the American people, do you believe, getting impatient with the reforms that you're making? They've talked about,
I think they're getting fake news from guys like you. Look, affordability.
I will say Trump also sounds like shit, like more like shit than he sounds more shitty than he used to somehow. I don't know. Maybe he's dying. Who knows? Don't get your hopes up, obviously, but.
It is a hoax that was started by Democrats who caused the problem of pricing, and they didn't end it. Look, they lost in a landslide. We won every swing state. We won the popular vote. We won everything. You take a look at districts, it was 2,750 to 500, 525, because that was an affordability problem. We brought it down. Look at energy. Look at the gasoline price. It's like the simplest, and it's the biggest, because if energy comes down, everything comes down. That's the way it works. We're going to be at 250. You said 199 in some places in the country, right, Chris? You said it. I didn't say it. And they won't check you; they'll check me. So I'd like to use your number, 199 a gallon.
Yeah, affordability is a hoax, but also the problem of the Democrats. Democrats both lie and say things aren't affordable, but also they made things unaffordable. It's real when the Democrats caused it. It's fake news when you say I'm responsible for the current situation. And also, the current situation is not bad, except for when it is bad, because I need to blame the Democrats. They did it. They did the bad thing.
Unthinkable a half ago. It's unthinkable. So now we're bringing the prices down, way down. Beef is coming down now. We've done certain magic, and beef is coming down. But we inherited horrible prices. We inherited really the worst inflation in history. We inherited that. When I came in, that's what he had. And we fixed inflation. And we fixed almost everything, if you want to know the truth, including 8 wars. We got 1 to go, but including 8 wars. But when they always say, I watched today where they have a race going on right now in Tennessee, and this woman goes, affordability. They're the ones that caused the problem.
Oh, by the way, remember that one girl who was like a big Destiny fan and was like shitting on me, but claiming that they were a liberal? I just saw this on my timeline. This is where internet liberals are at. At a time when regular ass American liberals are screaming with revolutionary fervor, these internet liberals, on the other hand, who are obviously, the Destiny Orbiter liberals, this is what they're up to. I tepidly support Trump's actions in D.C. D.C. has one of the highest crime rates of any major city, and the local government has done nothing to stop it. Minors prowl the streets, harass and attack people, and get no consequences because they are kids. D.C. should be beautiful and clean. The best thing that we could do for indigenous people would be to end all tribal land designations and encourage them to relocate plus integrate into modern society, funded by the government. The two-tier system is horrible for Native people, dooms them to poverty and subjugation. Does she want kids arrested or what? No, that ain't no liberal. That's a hawk. No, I'm just saying that is a self-described liberal, an online liberal commentator. So if you find yourself in the throes of liberalism and you're like, oh, what's a really brilliant liberal content creator I can hear from? Just know where you're getting your fucking information from, okay? Like, know who's guiding your worldview. I'm glad they're getting what they voted for. Breaking ICE arrest, ramp up Muslim majority Dearborn, Michigan. Any peaceful solution to Israel-Palestine must include Palestinian re-education, probably from some Israelis too, lol. The majority of Palestinians support October 7th, Hamas, the eradication of all Jews in Israel.
Dynamic.
Yeah, this is the utmost vindication, of course. Another great liberal take from her. Sick. Yeah, she's happy they're arresting Muslims in Dearborn because they didn't vote for Kamala, average centrist. Let's take a look at what my friend Will Miniker on Chapo Trap House said that was posted by Post Left Watch on December 1st, 2021. Let's hear how Chapo Trap House had addressed this kind of liberalism.
Felix, I think another thing at work here is like the fact that like every evil thing, like for instance, like if you're a liberal Zionist, you have to be against the West Bank settlements. And then like as long as Netanyahu's in charge, those are never going to stop. And in fact, they're going to intensify. I think you see a similar dynamic here in Democrats when
2023. Sorry, not 2024.
They're confronted with the fact that Arab Americans or Muslim Americans are maybe withholding their vote from Joe Biden. And you see how immediately the Seldowitz jumps out of them.
Yeah,
they're like,
yes.
enjoy being in a camp. And I think for the liberals, they need to have a bad right-wing guy carrying this out so they can displace onto that figure the evil things that they secretly want to take place.
Absolutely.
You know, like threatening, like for Democrats to be threatening Muslim Americans with deportation under Trump, wink, wink, is just like, they just want Trump to do that for them so they can say, oh, we didn't actually do that. We support Muslims.
Absolutely.
But as soon as they become inconvenient, like for instance, whether they are voicing a political opinion in America as citizens of this country, or inconvenient in terms of like they live in a part of the world that Israel thinks is theirs, that their lives are forfeit. And they don't want to hear anything about it.
Arabs and Muslims, like more generally, have their use as long as they're firmly within the Democratic camp. And then once if they make any attempt to stray from that or like.
Yeah, when pushed on this, by the way, H3H3 Productions posted a picture of some random gay Muslim kid that was an anti-Zionist and told him to go to Gaza where Hamas would kill him. And this guy's a sock them law. To which he responded with, it really seems like the last 2 months of dealing with Hasan Piker's pro-Hamas and pro-Russia audience has taken a toll on him. He was absolutely wrong to post that. Yeah. Yeah, he was just pushed into being a fucking racist asshole. Yeah. If only people weren't being pro-Russia, pro-Hamas.
Or any advocacy for anything but like
we need like an ethno-nationalist threatening to like ethnically cleanse the country to keep everyone in line.
And
to keep the liberal side, to keep our good minorities in the tent pitching for us, because that threat of being even more egregiously victimized or oppressed is just held over their head. Not actually listening to them or doing anything that would actually win their vote. But no, like they need to be disciplined with the threat, whether it's Netanyahu in Israel or Trump in America.
I like your turtle, Kirk. You look dapper. That is crazy. Please stop substituting the word neck with the word Kirk. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, and like the simple calculation that the White House has made, which, you know, maybe makes sense for them, right? Is that there is a much more moneyed and influential block of voters, and those are people who are pro-Israel, whether they're mostly on the Democratic side, Jewish or Christian, that compared to the Muslim lobby and the Muslim voting bloc is completely outweighs them.
Yeah. There was no reports of any Arab being arrested. Sadly, one undocumented Hispanic person was, but centrist Democrats are now cheering ICE because in their fantasy, it is their instrument of vengeance against those that rejected the candidate who went out of their way to alienate Dearborn. Remember, the Biden-Harris administration didn't just send $20 billion to Israel for the genocide. She also sent Bill Clinton and Richie Torres to Michigan to insult the people upset over the mass murder in Gaza. Turtleneck and eating fruits. What the fuck? What? I wear turtlenecks all the time. Eating fruit is new because there was in the room, you know? Style question. I've got a fierce double Kirk. Should I grow my beard out to minimize it? This is how Nick Fuentes messages to his groypers about the Muslim problem. Okay, we'll look at that later. The answer to your fierce double Kirk's question is yes, you should grow out a fierce beard to hide it.
The prices were way high. We're bringing the prices down. But they're like scam artists. You know, they're I call them con men and women. They come out, they say affordability, like, I see prices. We're going to get prices down still further. But we brought them down from the prices they cost.
Yeah, Democrats made up the